Live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, we're live on Instagram.
Instagram.
Angle this. It's just such a weird setup. Alright, how's that?
I'm gonna angle it down like that.
Good?
Yeah, I think so. Hi. Hi,
Perfect.
everyone.
What's up, everyone? We are talking about fasting today. Isn't that right? Isn't that what the theme is?
Fasting.
Fasting. So, where should we
One's
begin?
so bright still.
Turn the mic down a little bit. Perfect.
I'm still shining like a diamond over there.
Alright, let's work with
Shining
it.
bright like a diamond.
Let me grab a water. We field those questions real quick.
What's up, guys? Good evening. Happy, what is today? Wednesday. Duh. Live at 5 on Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are all doing well. Robert's grabbing a water if you are just jumping on. Today we're going to be talking about fasting. I just did a 48-hour fast from Sunday night to last night, Tuesday night, and it went wonderfully. So I think we'll probably talk about some of the things that were helpful during a fast, and how often and things like that.
Yeah, I don't really fast that often.
I don't either. That was like the whole exciting thing about this because I don't ever fast, but I really would like to start doing it.
Yeah, fasting is good, but I only really recommend doing it if you're in a caloric maintenance or surplus. I don't recommend fasting if you're in a caloric deficit.
Correctamundo.
Did we miss any questions on Instagram?
I haven't gone through them because we're going to talk first.
Oh, yeah. All right, so fasting. You want to just tell
Fasting.
what you observed?
Yeah, so normally every time I fast, I get a pretty bad headache. But this time, I did not get the headache. I was very on top of my electrolytes, very on top of my water, and I allowed myself black coffee because I know I'm going to get a headache if I don't have caffeine. So I had a black coffee in the morning. I used the Keto Chow electrolyte drops. I used the Redmond Real Salt throughout the day. If I felt a little hungry, I just put a little bit of salt in my mouth, and it kind of held me over. The first 24 hours were probably the hardest. Like the time that I normally eat during the day was probably the hardest. And then the second morning, I was having a hard time. I was a little bit nauseous, but once I started getting up and going and got some coffee and water in my system, I actually felt really good. So I felt really good from the moment I woke up until the moment I stopped fasting. So I guess probably the last 12, 13, 14 hours of the fast, I felt like super good. But there was definitely some hunger there. But yeah, I think my biggest suggestion would be to stay on top of your electrolytes. Don't try and do anything crazy. If you're fasting for the first time, then you can slowly ease yourself in. But don't do any sweeteners. Don't do any bone broth. Don't do any things like that. I would stick to black coffee and regular plain old tea and electrolytes, and that's it.
Yeah, and there's different reasons to fast. Like if you're
Yes.
fasting for autophagy and strictly autophagy, cell apoptosis, cell turnover, then you probably don't want to really incorporate any of the, kind of things that are blurring the line a little bit. Like you probably don't want to have your teas and your coffees and your
Mm-hmm.
0 calorie sweeteners and whatnot. If you're fasting more so just to, minimize caloric load, give your digestive system a little bit of a balance, and also to kind of just minimize any insulin and glucose response. And you obviously don't want to be taking a bunch of sweeteners, but you can be a little bit more forgiving with like black coffee, black tea, stuff like that. So if that's going to make it more sustainable for you, then I'm all for it. One thing that I like to do is I'll get bouillon cubes. Make sure you look at the ingredients because some bouillon cubes use
Yeah.
like a soybean oil as the base, and you obviously don't want that. But a good bouillon cube, Rapunzel, is a pretty good brand. When you melt that in hot water, it's gonna have a lot of spices, a lot of sodium. That is it's like tricks your mind. You feel like you're drinking a soup or like a broth, but there's not really any calories in there, and it's just a bunch of spices and herbs. So I'm a huge fan of using that. Um, But yeah, as long as you have that plus your electrolytes, then you should be totally fine. I did a 4.5 day fast a while back, not anytime just recently, but a while back, and I trained every day during that fast. A lot of people tell you not to train. I trained every day during that fast, and I hit a PR every day of that fast. So don't think you can't work out.
I worked out the first day. I didn't the second day because it was already a regular scheduled off day. One other thing I would say is I I am planning. I am fasting for health and autophagy and all of those things. So I am trying to ease myself into it. I was gonna do a 72-hour fast with the coffee and the tea and stuff. Um, but I ended up only doing a 48-hour, which I'm super happy with still. And then next time, I either might go a little bit longer or I may not use the coffee and the tea and things like that. So each time I do a fast, I'm going to try and get a little bit better and a little bit better, and then eventually just be water, electrolytes, and then I can do extended fast for however long I want. A lot of it is just mental. It's just like saying I'm going to do it. I did it with several other people, and a lot of them ate after 24 hours, and I could have said, I'm also going to eat, but I was like, I committed to doing at least a 48 hours, so I made myself continue on. But
Yeah, and one other little caveat there is if you're gonna fast, don't like blur the lines, nibble a little bit, and eat like
Yeah.
200 to 500 calories. Like if you're gonna
that's the
fast,
worst.
fast. It's gonna be more damaging to your body if you're under eating and taking in a few hundred calories versus just not eating at all. So keep that in mind.
Cool. All right. Well, you want to get to some questions?
Yes, dive into some questions here.
Bought your book. It's sick.
Oh, thank you. I'm actually gonna be rewriting, or not rewriting, but writing a new book.
Thanks for the dumbbell workout. Perfect timing. You're welcome. I just did a upper body dumbbell only, which you can also do with band workout on my page if you guys are interested in that. Because everyone is stuck at home, and if you have dumbbells or bands, it's super beneficial.
How about during a reverse diet? I wouldn't necessarily do it during a reverse diet until you get into a caloric maintenance standpoint. Watching from Dubai, it's 2 or 3 in the morning. Wow, that's super early. Having things to do and not just sitting around is very helpful in fasting. Totally agree.
Jonathan said, hello. Pray for your family today, Crystal. Hope your sister is doing well. Thank you very much.
Do y'all have toilet paper? Yes.
Yes,
I think
we
if
do.
you have a lot of fat to lose, fasting can be easier for you. Yeah, totally agree. And there was, I think the longest recorded fast was like 381 days or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
pretty crazy.
That guy had a lot to lose.
We had a couple of friends that just did a 30-day fast, and I thought they were cuckoos, but I am really proud of them for getting with it and doing that. Started another fast today at 2 since the one on Monday was a fail for me. Well, way to get right back on it. That's awesome.
What time is it where you guys are? It is 5 o'clock here.
Yeah, 5 o'clock p.m.
Do like DC Comics. I do. I don't ever really watch comics though. Like Batman and stuff. I think.
Oh.
Most I did was a 10-day fast recently, and it kick-started a big health kick for me. Shoot,
Aw,
yeah, get some
yay.
momentum going. How's prep coming? It's coming good. I'm leaner than I've been in a while right now for sure. Let's see here. What's going on? Keto Savage, your physique looks ridiculously amazing. Well, thank you. Redmond's in hot water tastes like chicken broth during a fast. It's crazy. Yeah, you can't go
Ooh,
wrong
I've
with
not
Redmond's.
done it in hot water.
Just got over another stomach bug and
Aw.
used a 40-plus hour fast to let the digestive system rebuild and felt
Yep.
great afterwards.
So wonderful to do that.
Sweeteners always make me more hungry. Yeah, that's a
Truth.
huge thing. If you take in a bunch of sweeteners, even like Zevias and stuff, that's going to probably increase your hunger and make it harder to fast. Are those Undersun bands legit? Yes. I vouch for them.
We were never band people, and we still don't use bands often. But when we're traveling or when like in a time like this is the time to use them, and they're actually like the most legit bands I've ever used.
What do you supplement with? I don't really supplement with much, honestly. I do a little bit more during my contest prep, but main thing I would recommend is electrolytes, vitamin D, creatine, fish oils if you need to take in more fish, and a good iodine.
So someone asked what the electrolytes that I used were again, and it's Keto Chow, which you're like all up in my face.
Well, I'm not even in the thing over
that's
here.
true. Yeah, sorry. Their Keto Chow is a usually it's a shake mix, but they also have electrolyte drops, and you can use those that has sodium, potassium, magnesium in it. And then I also used Redmond Real Salt. I also did use the upgraded Formulas thyroid supplement or thyroid support, and it has like iodine, copper, selenium, and I think iron. There's one more, and that was a really good thing I did like within my workout.
Cutest couple. Well, thank you.
Ooh.
Hope you guys are doing well. What are your thoughts on lifting volume PR versus max lift PR? I try and recommend both. Like mix it up and get both. And maybe alternate. Like I'll have a heavy day and a hypertrophy day, and on like a heavy day I may go for a max weight, and then on a hypertrophy day I probably do more repetitions. 25 hours fasted right now, going 40-ish. It's a long time, Mary.
It is a long time. See, here's a one problem I do see with fasting is like yesterday. Oh wait, yeah. So I ended it yesterday, last night, and I shouldn't have done this, but I ended it at the end of the day, which was really dumb of me. But I got so extremely full so quickly that I don't know how people do it. Because I got so full so fast, and I didn't have enough time in the day to like make up my calories. So it was rough trying to get in my food.
Yeah, you gotta time it right. What's up, brother? Watching you guys while pulling chains. You're looking lean, and Crystal's looking great as usual. That's freaking
Aw,
awesome, man. I miss you. How you been? My ketone level today was 1.1 due to Deeper State Keto program.
Yeah.
Nice, Daryl. Thank you all for you guys do. You both inspire me to invest in a home gym.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
We're glad to have our home gym right now.
Is Facebook saying anything? I'm missing all those guys.
Love your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Brad,
Was that
what's
it?
up, man? Yeah.
Oh, that was sorry. 40-day fast was the longest I did. I lost 55 pounds. Never again was a spiritual reason. I
Because
didn't.
you weren't even keto then. I don't think he was. Maybe he was. I don't think he was.
I don't know. I didn't lose any weight. Wasn't trying to lose any weight. Also, like the lady times, it was not my period, but certain times of your cycle, like when I'm ovulating, I hold on to a lot of water. When I'm on my period, I hold on to a lot of water. So even though I was fasting, I still had like bloating and water retention just because of that part of my cycle. So that's the thing too. Like don't do fast because you think you're gonna lose weight.
Is your competition still going to happen? So I just recorded a very involved YouTube video about that that's going to go live on Friday. I would definitely check that out.
What is the degree of muscle loss during an extended fast? Well, if you're ketogenic, you shouldn't be losing any muscle. Also, we still continue to work out because we feel excellent during our fasts. That there really isn't a need to, or there's not really a reason you would lose weight. I don't know how extended of a fast you're talking about, but just like a couple days, there should be no muscle loss.
Eat a tiny amount of food, no carbs, right at the end of your fast. Then 30 plus minutes later, getting your bigger meal. Yeah,
That's what I
ease
did.
into it.
See, I did bone broth with fat in it, and then I tried to eat like 30 minutes later or 45 minutes later. I tried to eat. I had 2 eggs with cream cheese, and then I was just like, I'm so full. So I got in a little bit of yogurt and collagen, and so full. I could not get any more food in.
What iodine do you recommend? Upgraded formulas.
Upgraded formulas is the one we're always going to recommend.
Keto Road, how do you keep that up? I'm going to try to go for extended fast. He's just a beast. Do you ever feel like you get bad breath while fasting?
Yeah, okay. Totally happened to me, but it was not a normal, like it wasn't towards the end. It was
You're
in the
not
beginning.
fasting now though, are you?
So mean. So yeah, you should make me lose all my concentration. I did, but I think it was from the electrolyte water that I was drinking. It was not from just fasting, in my opinion.
What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? Really wishing I had a full home gym right now. Yeah, I feel very fortunate. Love from Nashville. You guys have taught me so much about the keto lifestyle. I'm a proud Keto Brick customer.
Aww.
Does it say see more? Fun question. In your very wonderful wedding video, was the wine some kind of keto wine or other stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we got regular wine for everyone. We also bought a ton of low carb wine, and it's called Fit Vine wine. And there's very low carbs in it, very low like residual sugars. And then you can also go to dryfarmwines.com, I think it is. Dry Farm Wines actually all does low residual sugar, like low sugar. They actually batch test each wine that they choose, and then you can buy it in a box or whatever. But they will tell you exactly. There is another brand, I can't remember the name of it. I've never had it, so I don't know if it's good or not. But we usually get the Fit Vine wine from Whole Foods. We don't drink it often, but
any of the shows you plan on doing going to be televised? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think
yeah.
they televise that stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah, a lot of the ones that are televised are not natural shows.
Yeah.
So you get some big juiced up guys.
They thought John Travolta had coronavirus, but it was just Saturday Night Fever. I'm watching you guys
funny.
while I'm eating out. Yes, it's keto. Love all your stuff, guys. Thank you for all you do. Well,
Where
thank you,
are you
Ellen.
eating out that is available?
I'm 180 pounds. It's 100 grams of protein. Too low. 30% body fat. Training hard 5 days a week. It's pretty low. I mean, depends on what you're doing. Like if you're at the very end of a prep, then that's not too low for a short period of time. But just
You don't know if that's a. Do you know who they are?
no, I don't know.
You gotta know if they're male or female or.
Yeah, that's why I said it's pretty low. You gotta let me explain myself.
Okay, go ahead.
So if you're at the end of a prep, you know that's not too low, but it's a very short period of time. Just in general, I would say that's pretty low. Especially if you're training that much. What do you think about Lane Norton and how he bashes low carb keto? You know, I used to respect Lane Norton, but I don't really have any respect for him now because he's just so negative and mean. So, no, I don't really respect Lane Norton. No, I wasn't. It was nuts. The weight loss for sure wasn't intentional. I gained it back in like 3 weeks.
Ooh,
No
yikes.
bueno. Fit Fine Wine, this is a great recommendation. I will look it up. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
What you got, Crystal?
Do you have anything over there? I wish I had that problem. Had a brick and pound of 73.27 ground beef in the span of 2 hours, hoping an extended fast can reset my hunger issues. It definitely will reset your hunger for sure. Also, I used to eat a ton at one time, but it actually just took a lot of just like letting my hormones, like the hunger hormones and stuff, relax, chill out, and I ended up just having to follow like macros in order to put my satiety back where I want it to. And there's nothing wrong with eating a bunch as long as you're eating a bunch and it's all healthy foods.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with eating a bunch of meat and bricks and whatever else you enjoy on your diet.
245 pounds, keto 2 years. Do you find you need far less calories to gain mass? You don't need a ton of calories. There's a lot of caveats here, but you need adequate calories. Like, don't be afraid of calories. Make sure you're getting proper nutrient-dense calories, though. Do you guys eat much dairy? If so, what? We don't really eat that much dairy.
We have heavy cream in our coffee, and I have a Greek yogurt, a whole milk Greek yogurt.
Starting my first keto cut next month. How many days of cardio do you suggest during a prep or cut? Start small, like once a week, and then titrate that up gradually as you need to.
How do you gain mass on keto, low carb, / carb backloading?
Nope, no backloading, no carbs necessary. I used to carb backload, and then I found keto, and then I haven't looked back since. Just make sure you're eating enough.
Yeah, honestly, I built my entire physique on keto. Before keto, I wasn't weightlifting or anything, and I just did it by doing high fat. Honestly, high fat, a moderate amount of protein, and super low carbs, and that's literally it.
Did you say your show is still on? So I just published, or I haven't published a video yet. I just recorded a video that's going to be going live on Friday that dives into that. So you'll just have to watch that. How long can you fast without messing up metabolism? It's going to be different for everybody,
Yeah.
but I would not just go from not fasting at all and jumping into a super extended fast and kind of see how your body responds.
Oh, this is a really important thing as well. fasting for too long, too frequently, is not a good idea.
Yeah.
What you really want to do is to be able to fast and make up those calories. You want to be able to get those calories in after you're done with the fast. So if you're fasting for 2, maybe 3 days a week, or every other week, or something like that, I would not recommend it. I would say maximum is probably best to do once a month.
Could the breath be from ketones getting higher during a fast? Yes, very likely the case. How do you track your steaks and meat? I'd search Chuck Roast or Fajitas, and there are so many entries.
Yep.
Yeah, I would try and just get them from a consistent source each time, and then try and get meats that are more consistent in general. So, like, when I'm really tracking, I only use ground meats, like 75-25 or 80-20, 85-15, and not so much steaks. I've been dealing with hunger issues for a long time now. Lost like 65 pounds in 6 months, reversed back up to a maintenance, but some days I can eat 6,000 calories and still be hungry. I totally get that. Are you fluctuating a lot and doing like one day of 6,000 and then you'll do like 3 days of 2,000? If you just kind of like consistently ate more in the middle, around like 3,500, 4,000, that may be a lot more sustainable for you.
And if you if you only have ground beef or meat, can you drain the fat to cut the calories? If so, how much would it subtract? I would never drain the fat. You want to eat the fat. You want all of the fat. If you don't want the fat, then you should get a leaner ground beef.
Totally.
But I always recommend getting a fattier cut of meat if you like the fat, or if you want to like add fat to somewhere else, and you can get a leaner ground beef. I prefer a leaner ground beef, but I pair it with something like the keto brick, or I add butter, or I add duck fat, or something like that, because I don't prefer it coming from the actual meat because I'm weird. But yeah, don't drain the fat.
What's up, guys? Hope you have room at the compound. Going road warrior and heading to Alaska.
Oh wow.
Maybe he meant Arkansas. Arkansas is AR.
AR.
Alaska's AK. But if you swing by here on the way to Alaska, let us know.
They can't because the border's closed to Canada.
Well, yeah. The fat is where the food stuff is. Totally agree. It's more or less 4,000 a day, but I've gained about 10 pounds from where I liked to be.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like solid, like muscle, or do you know what the ratio is? I'm 180 now, but want to float around 170. Yeah, I would get like a legitimate body scan so you know what composition you are, and then if you're eating 4,000 now, that's a pretty good solid intake. You can gradually titrate that down, but don't do like a crazy drop. Like, don't drop it 500 calories to start. Like, drop it, 75 calories.
They did be in Arkansas.
Okay.
Come on over.
All right, y'all. Hate to say it, but I have got to work on inventory.
That was fast.
So, thank you both so much for the great info. Love you guys. Kristen, we love you. All right, y'all. So, what is the topic for next week? Let us know. Just got our shipment of 8 weeks of bricks for what's coming. Thank you to Philly announced they will not be arresting people for theft, auto theft, burglary, prostitution, or drug crimes. Whoa, that is crazy.
Wow.
I'm glad you got some bricks, though. Yeah, we are still making and shipping bricks. So.
We are crews here. They're working every day. It's awesome.
Yeah. So what's the topic for next week? First person to message back topic for next week gets it. What is the next topic? Going once, going twice. I can't say the new brick flavors. That can't be the topic. Or take pics like my coach makes me. Yeah, you got a good coach. Makes you take pics.
That's right. Only a good coach makes you take pictures.
Yes. All right. What is the next topic, y'all? You gotta let us know. First person to message us with the topic wins. Protein threshold supplement that literally came in at the same time.
Yeah, they literally came in at the same time.
All right.
Protein threshold or supplements.
We'll talk about both. We'll talk about. I can talk about both those. Yeah. So yeah, protein threshold supplements. Boom. Cool. Both going down next week.
Next Wednesday.
We'll see you then. Adios.